Welcome back. The company which is on our radar right now is OnMobile Global. This is a company which historically used to provide ringback tones, but since then it has evolved to provide a lot of games and quizzes on the mobile. The stock right now is down 2.5%. It came out with their Q2 numbers a while back. The revenues have been absolutely flat, just up 0.4% on a year-on-year basis. It's been impacted by on account of Forex as well as one-time customer interruption, which according to the company has been resolved. Profits too have just come in at close to about 60 lakh. We're now joined by Mr. Sanjay Baweja, the Managing Director and the Global CEO of the company. Thank you very much for joining in. This is Rima here. First, if you could give us a sense of how the second half of the year is going to be panning out, because this quarter was fairly tepid. There were certain one-offs, Forex, and then one-time customer interruption. Details about that and the outlook?
Yeah, good morning, Rima, and thank you for having me. So clearly, yes, H1 wasn't so great if you were to look at it, but like you mentioned, Forex was a major deterrent from our perspective. It really impacted us in a big way, specifically euro, because we had a lot of earnings in euro. But going forward, I think the bigger thing, which is most important, is how our new product, which is Challenges Arena, which is our, which we believe is really taking us to the next level, and Onmo, which is the other new product, which is the 5G enabled product, both in games, is going to take us. So if you were to look at the numbers, and we've grown pretty rapidly there. We've launched about 18 months ago, Challenges Arena. It's gone up 14x from the time we launched, 7x quarter on quarter, so clear year on year. So clearly that's growing pretty rapidly. If you were to look at whether it's customer confirmations or the customers who are live, we've more than doubled in the last 7-8 months. So if, for example, customer confirmations at the end of Q4 for last year were 26. We are now in October end, we were sitting at 55. Customers who were live were sitting at 16. And now we are sitting in October end at 33. So clearly, and that's a lead indicator of how our revenues are going to grow, specifically in the Challenges Arena, where we've seen rapid growth, even while we were absolutely flat as far as our Q2 revenue is concerned. Challenges Arena revenue grew by 20% quarter on quarter. And even in October, for example, we are already at a level of 30% over the average of Q2 for Challenges Arena. Clearly, this will lead our way. We believe that Challenges Arena, which is today at about 8% of our revenue, is going to be close to 15% of our revenue at around end of Q4. So that's really leading our growth. We've not grown over the last 2-3 years if you will look at our revenue numbers. But Challenges Arena, our new product, and Onmo, that's the other product that we've launched this year, will lead our revenue growth for the H2. And H2, we see really good growth coming in.
Just one clarification. Challengers Arena will contribute 15% to your revenues by Q4 end, and the current contribution is 7%, right?
Yeah, okay. 8%.
8%. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the net subscribers, right? I mean, have been at about 2.3 million. You refer to that as well. Tell us a little bit about going forward. What would the average run rate be in terms of net subscribers per quarter?
So we expect that by the end of this quarter itself, we expect about 2.9 million subscribers. So clearly that's another, and that all depends on the number of new customers that join in. Now as I said, we've already signed, got customer confirmations of 55 customers from October, and they will be launched over the next 2 quarters, and that will drive subscribers in a big way. While I'm not giving numbers beyond Q3 because we already projected Q3 and Q4. We don't want to talk about it, but clearly the growth numbers for we've already kind of achieved the numbers we thought we will do for the year in terms of number of customers. We will do obviously much better because we are still in November, and the subscriber base will follow the moment. And these are big customers that we are engaging now. If I were to give you a geographical spread, for example, we are about Middle East and Africa is a big chunk for us, about 42%. Asia, the rest of Asia is about 34%. And then Europe, 10%, and LATAM, which is another big increase happening, is 14%. So clearly, as we engage more and more with new customers across the globe, we will see rapid growth in our overall subscriber base, and that will drive revenue clearly.
All right, got that. Good morning, Mr. Baweja. This is Pavitra. So like you were saying, the challenges arena is likely to grow very well. You also see contribution from that at 15% by Q4. Can you tell us how Onmo is growing? Because you are sounding positive on that part as well. What is the run rate that you expect there, and what is the kind of contribution that we can see go up to from current levels for Onmo?
So Onmo as a product, we've just launched. I mean, it's the B2B part, and it started to grow, although it kind of doubled it quarter on quarter, but that's like very small numbers. We expect it to follow what happened in Challenge Arena last year would happen in Onmo this year. So we expect it to grow up to about 3-4% of our revenue, but clearly the real growth we should see Onmo in next year. Next year is going to be really big. We are live with about 4 customers there. We've got customer confirmations from 18. So we expect, again, as they go live over the next 2 quarters, we'll see our next year will be a huge growth area from both Challenges Arena, which will have many, many more customers, and Onmo, which we expect to really take up from there. So next year it will be our year for Onmo, the real big growth from Onmo. And of course, Challenges Arena will continue the trend that it has shown.
To understand the business, so Challenges Arena, we know, focuses on quizzes and certain theme-based challenges. What exactly is Onmo, and under which segment does it come under? Because you classify your revenues as videos, which is 40%, tones is 37%, and I think you've got some legacy contests and information, which, yes.
Yeah. Actually, it's the contest that we, from a legacy contest perspective, is where we started thought on Challenges Arena, which is a gaming product. So it is quizzes, trivia quizzes, but we put in games into that, and that's what Challenges Arena is all about. And we've seen a lot of, and we put also fantasy games in it. We put some social elements in it. But Onmo, and it's a 4G enablement product. Really, it's at that level. Whereas Onmo is our 5G enabled. It's like, if I may call it, a TikTok of gaming, where we are putting in hundreds of games where we'll have thousands of movements. So we noticed that 85% of the people don't play games for more than 10 minutes in a day. And it's to that area that we are looking at. And we are saying most of our game moments are going to be between 30 seconds to 3 minutes. And we want people from our AI perspective to focus on games, portion of the games which they want. Somebody would like a very cryptic part, somebody would like a slightly lesser part. So we want people to focus only on that part of the game which they can play, and this will be a direct streaming. So Onmo is a 5G enabled gaming product, and that's why I said next year will be a bigger year for 5G, because all the 5G players, while they're putting up a lot of investment into 5G, the revenue cases are not there as much. So we are enabling that. We're probably one of the first ones to go off the block in terms of enabling the 5G gaming product. And that's Onmo, which is our next level of product. So from a 4G perspective, it's Challenges Arena. And from a 5G perspective, it's Onmo, which is going to be the next year, the real growth engine for us for next year.
All right, Mr. Baweja, we got that. Thank you very much for joining us. We're going to leave it there today. That is the management of OnMobile Global. They are saying that Challenges Arena, that part of their business is doing very well.